The RSA hack. Andy Greenberg from Wired just covered it, put a lot of detail into it.
Hi, Andy.
What is your?
Please respond to my emails.
What are your personal takes on it in terms of how it applies?
Shu and I know Andy Greenberg because Shu and I worked at a company that Andy covered a few of our data breaches back in the day. This was back when Andy was at Forbes. So Andy, that was sort of his beginning entry into data breaches. He now has he's a well-accomplished author. He has a book, Sandworm or Sandstorm. It has to do with sand, about hackers. And Andy no longer returns my calls or text messages or emails. So Andy, hi, if you're listening, would love to catch up.
We'll drop a link.
You were calling me back.
Please call me back, Andy. We like your article, and I forgot what it was about.
RSA hack.
RSA. I read the whole thing. About RSA, and it was fascinating. And I want to get Shu's opinion on this. But one, I never trusted RSA tokens. Never trusted it.
Yes, there was an over reliance on those things from the from corporate security teams. I thought.
I remember early 2010s. What are those called?
Those little blobs.
The teens, the aughts, whatever.
Oh, the aughts. Yeah.
The aughts. I remember early aughts that someone showed me an RSA token. And they're like, I can't be hacked because I got a token.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're dumb. That's dumb. I don't know how any of this works, but I expect it to be broken. And I am glad to be validated.
Yeah. There was a sense. I was at a company in the early 2000s, and it was you can't sign into a network remotely without one of these, and that was kind of it. They just thought that was some magic thing that would protect anyone from anything.
Can we all agree if it's magic and it's 100% secure, it's bullshit?
Right. Yeah.
On the other hand, Hack Notice is definitely magic.
And the dark arts.
We're not magic. We're a lot of hard work and sweat equity.
There we go.
I thought the article was great. I remember that hack, and let's see, that was before I got into the security industry, and it was we had absolutely no idea how big it was at the time. I think when I heard about it, I'm like, oh yeah, those stupid token things got broken. Okay, moving on. But that article kind of detailed how it was the first major state-sponsored attack, and it has had far-reaching implications even to this day, 10 years later. I think it does, towards the end, it kind of draws a parallel to what has happened to SolarWinds, and very much along the same line. I think SolarWinds, like this hack, we will be seeing the ramifications about a decade from now.
I think whenever security is centralized, it's not security. And RSA was closed source.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was centralized, and it ultimately failed us. We take a look at Signal. I worry about Signal being centralized, but I don't worry about them because they are open source and it can be reviewed. So the ideal for any security you're relying on is decentralized and open source.
Yep.
RSA still a huge security company. We rely on them in many ways still. I think tokens are great, but they are a piece of a solution.
Absolutely.
And if you're relying on two-factor or multi-factor to solve security, you're in for a really bad time.